It's Adam Montiel and Jeremy West broadcasting from the spot at the fair. The Cork.
Come on, guys. You know me. That's never going to happen.
Yeah, it is. Day 10 of the California
it's happening now.
Still young in the night, Chanda. We don't know. Day 10 of the California Mid-State Fair. Woo! Cass is in the house. It's a Friday. The Cork Dorks are here. I think that's kind of all you need. We'll be back next. No, I'm kidding. We are drinking some of the Mr. Blanc. We started with the Marsan, got into the Roussan. We got Sterling Crackton. He's the winemaker. We got Brian Cass, Ted Plemons, Chanda Brown. We got the core. We got the crew right here. We do send our love to Mr. Steve Cass. Where is Steve? Where is he?
He's at a Giants game.
Okay.
No, he had a Giants game yesterday, you guys. He's golfing.
Oh, he's driving.
today.
Yeah, let's not feel sorry for him.
He's good.
Hey, but I used to always say this, when he would be gone, when the cat's away, the mice will play.
Yes. I love it.
And here we are, getting in trouble already. Wait till we get the frosés out here. That's going to get wild.
Shoot.
So we got a little rosé in the glass right now, which is something you guys have always done really well. This is a summertime
So
wine.
good.
I mean, it's so perfect for the fair, but it's so perfect really anytime. In California, where we live, I mean, except for maybe March, we get a little rain. I mean, this is an anytime, fantastic wine. Talk about this one, Sterling.
So the rosé is usually one of my favorites. Well, it is my favorite, I should say. And what most people say, like, it's kind of funny because people ask, well, what's your favorite wine to make? And to say rosé is, probably not what they're expecting. They're not expecting to hear it, but in a way, for me, to nail a great rosé on flavor, on color, and have the quick turnaround is actually very hard. There's a lot that goes into it, and then you have the quick turnaround time. So in a way, there's also the immediate gratification. And then
Which I love. I only want to make whites. Like I made a white before, and 21 I want to make a white. Only because I can drink it soon.
Yeah, I finish it in winter, and then once it gets warm, I'm drinking it.
Instant gratification, is that what that is? Okay.
You need to make more wine. If you made a white, then you could make a red, because you could be drinking the white by the red.
Wow,
Great point.
pragmatist.
Yeah,
Got it.
great point.
But it is kind of funny because even one of the tasting room people today, I walked in, and they're like, see? And I turned and looked because they were describing to someone that if I walk in the room, I'm usually either drinking rosé or have a glass of beer.
I taught them that. This is your Bud Light. That's what I pointed
at.
at.
The palate cleanser. It's low alcohol. It's refreshing, but so flavorful. So you can have it pretty much any time.
Yeah, that's what I love about this area. This is a rosé all the time. No matter the season, no matter the month, we can do it here.
You know what? Let's talk about beer for a second, because I love that. That's my favorite thing about wine. And it's such a great thing. Like, after we do this show every day, we drink wine for 3 hours. The first thing I do is I'll run over there and I'll get a Firestone or whatever they have, just a small one. I just need one, and I'm good. It's so nice. Beer goes so well after wine. Do you drink beer at all?
Well, last night, like I said, I did a dinner in San Diego. Well, the first thing I do, a tradition, is to have a beer while I'm getting ready to do the wine dinner. Yeah.
And what kind of beer are you having?
Well, I had a Modelo last night.
Okay. A lager, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't understand all the IPAs and all that. But of course, Banquet, baby. That's my standard.
Baby. That is my
curious.
go-to.
I'm kind of curious.
But I always start my wine dinner. I always have a beer before I do a wine
when you
dinner.
hear Ted say that, he had a wine dinner last night in San Diego. So because this is going on today, he left the wine dinner after a wine dinner, and drove back.
For the Cork Dorks.
For the Cork Dorks.
I got home at 3:15 this morning. Got in bed for a couple hours.
You didn't take your helicopter? I thought you just...
It's that 12-hour thing.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you.
Thanks for being here, buddy.
Yeah, it means a lot because I know you have a really, really tight schedule. All of you guys. It means so much that you guys are here. When it comes to cocktails, what's your game?
Ooh.
Oh, I like a little Grey Goose, put a little lime with it, and a little, maybe if I'm going to go out, maybe a little, that tropical Red Bull.
Okay, yeah.
Look at this, baby, I'm ready.
It sounded
classy and then dumped off.
Yeah.
But I will say, I think I've seen this
Rojo
guy
Bulo.
drink Japanese whiskey, too. You got to think of that.
yeah.
Come on,
Nice.
Let's class this up.
I will say, you know what? Let's keep it right blue color. This is a construction guy, man. You get a Rockstar, Monster, Red Bull, some vodka. That is right where the Cork Dorks are at. Listen, I don't want to get into the pre-funk routine, but when we get ready for a show like this,
Yes.
we have to make sure we're on point.
Yes.
So we need a little energy and we need a little sauce. And we're right there with you.
There
We
you
can
go.
hang out
There
any
you
day.
go.
I'm telling you.
We call it Toro Roja.
Yes.
Cheers.
You know what? I'm going to
Very
remember
nice.
that. I'm going to remember
sounds
that.
better, yeah.
Very nice.
All right, let's get back to this rosé.
Well, I will have to say, Jeremy, you said about beer. You know, we have the saying in the wine industry that I'm sure most people know that
No, Jeremy, get it up.
It takes a lot of beer to make wine because
Yeah.
you do get sick of it. You need a palate cleanser.
Yes.
One of my favorite things about Steve, a few years ago, he came in and I had a kegerator by my desk, and he like, hey, I didn't really think anything about it. Then one day he asked to use it. I'm like, yeah, you can take it. He came back. He's like, that kegerator sucks. I'm going to buy you a new one for Christmas. And it's Steve. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's funny.
Sure
Next
you
Christmas, he wheels in a kegerator. This is one of the only people where I'm like, I'm drinking beer at work, and you're encouraging this. I like it.
That is so rare.
That's how you keep a winemaker happy, Ted. I tell
Job
you.
satisfaction.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I mean, this industry is so special and so fun, and the people who are listening to this right now, they're like, that's wild and crazy, but it's where everybody wants to be. Cass Wines, go to casswines.com. You can be there. You can stay there. Now, we were just talking to Chanda, and she's like, yeah, we're going to have you guys out in December.
We just got 10 resumes.
Love you guys.
But if you don't, you must have some availability during the middle of the week if people were doing something right.
We
or
do.
Are
we
you
do.
literally booked up till
look,
December?
Look, you know, weekends are hot to trot. Let's be real. Like Paso tourism, that's a quality problem, and that's a beautiful thing to see. Where so many people who might not have been exploring Paso Robles previously because maybe they were going international, they're all like, "Hey, we want to see what's in our own backyard and discover something new." Kudos to that. Super happy about that. Our weekends are a little slammed at the Geneseo. I mean, we have 8 units. Let's be real. It's 8.
But midday is midweek.
But midweek, you're going to have some potential. Weekends, yeah, I would be a planner. I would look at 3, 4, 5, 6 months in advance to get those weekends.
You're like a California camping spot.
We are. That's exactly
Like
right.
right at 6
We
months.
have wait lists, baby. We got wait lists for the weekend.
right. Monday through
Thursday.
Monday through Thursday, we still have some availability in August. It's a little hit and miss in during harvest season. Of course, that gets pretty popular. So I always encourage people like get on, look, get your planning going, and if you can think outside of the box and you can plan something that's like more of a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday or something.
It's like when you
kudos
get your
to
airline
you.
tickets and then you're like, oh, I'm going to upgrade.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, there's 2 seats left in
Yep.
first class. You grab
Yeah.
them.
Oh, that's exactly it.
Get them.
That's exactly
that quick.
it. Yeah.
And that's kind of the
Yeah.
same experience you're going to have there.
But I do have to say we're doing, and this was actually part of the whole process. We were in this whole 6 years of birthing the Geneseo and getting through the permitting process and all of that. And we had this really sweet moment with the county where it was kind of like we were at this point where the final vote was going to us being a yay or nay for Geneseo and getting it
And who is this, the supervisors or something?
So that absolutely
Commission?
Planning
commission, and we had a sweet friend in the ag department, and she was like, "Look, I know you guys have a heart for education, you have a heart for agriculture, which we 100% do. We've always, we do beekeeping, we do all sorts of things on our premise." And so she's like, if you can tie something into that with the Geneseo, then like you got my vote. And we're like, of course, because that's like literally our heart. Why wouldn't we want to do that?
Already in the
Well,
works.
I got a really story because we had a big oak tree fall apart.
Yes.
And we had a beehive in it.
Yep.
And this lady was this is the lady. Well, she really liked Steve because Steve says, yeah, we saved the bee and now we make Grenache honey in the vineyard.
Yes.
Guess what? She signed us off.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
But nobody's ever signed up to harvest a cow with me yet.
I don't know.
But that
why.
is available. That's available. So we're working on that.
No
Just a different feel.
centrifuges, please. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I mean, it's a little
I'm good
different.
without that. But I will say we have created these amazing harvest retreats. We executed them for the first time last fall, and they were amazing because it's all about like learning, doing, and dining.
The last thing Sterling wants is a bunch of rando 661s, 559s with a crush pad, right?
But guess what?
He's a good. He's a good player.
Thanks for saying that,
He's a team player. I just make sure that I just like, hi, honey, we're good, right?
Yeah. She makes sure she brings me that beer before.
That's exactly
what it is.
right.
She's like, here's a beer. I'm like,
Right.
what do you want?
It's a healthy bribing system.
Everyone really quiet. If you look closely, you can see the winemaker.
Yes!
Harvest.
That is perfection. That is absolute perfection. But yeah, no, so we did our first last fall, and we're doing them again this fall, and it's been awesome. We were actually part of the California Agricultural Department did a whole symposium where we all talked, talking with people who are curious about agritourism. You know, in Italy, it's been a thriving business, the agriturismo. And
I'm sure that's perfect.
Yeah.
Good pronunciation.
You're welcome.
Shannon speaks French, by the way.
And so
That was Italian.
that was Italian French.
I know.
And so now we're doing exactly that. In the fall, we're running out our grape harvest retreats and our olive harvest retreats. And so those are 3-day experiences. So like 2 nights of the Geneseo are included. You have beautiful vineyard tours with Steve Cass and a beautiful dinner at the Geneseo underneath the old oak tree. Wake up to beautiful breakfast at the Geneseo sitting in your bathroom on the balcony. But then you glove up and hat up and you go out into the Cabernet vineyards and you're picking grapes. And you're learning about what, when
We get
to
them dirty.
pick
We
and
put
what
them
to
to work.
pick.
Good
We
for
put them to
you.
work.
Yeah. No,
And then they're
They
loading
love
it
it.
up.
Oh, they love it.
It's like free labor, you know.
Yeah, and then they
Yeah.
go down, and this beautiful winemaker does an amazing job at educating them about the whole process and the different machinery.
What
they,
an incredible
They learn all of that,
experience.
and then they get to go out and they get stupid. They throw all of their grapes into half barrels, and they do a wine grape stomping,
course, you
contest.
gotta do that.
Yeah.
Get really dirty, and then they follow up. They clean up. They have like this amazing cooking class with our executive chef, and folds into lunch.
Oh, fun.
I mean, and it's basically 3 days of that. So just winemaker
It's like Harvest
dinners.
Summer Camp.
Yeah.
It's exactly
You
what
literally
it is.
turned it into like a Harvest
you
Summer
literally,
Camp for
it's
adults.
learning, doing, and dining. So
Yeah.
you get spoiled. I mean, you get
When
totally
you're there,
spoiled.
I mean, ask Sterling to take his boots off and look at the feet. And you'll understand why they hired him.
Sterling, how tall are you? I feel like people with audio, they need to know this.
Yeah, 6'4".
Thank you.
And size
Yeah.
14.
So please imagine this with a glass of rosé and the boots coming off.
That is great. I mean, really, that experience sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
So casswines.com, go there. You can check out their experiences. Click the stay to stay at the end. And, of course, you can see all the wines there. I'm really excited coming up. We're going to do this a little bit later on. We're going to get into a tawny port, a 10-year tawny port.
Nice.
If you love port, just stick around. We're going to have more on that coming up. We're here at Mission Square at the California Mid-State Fair. It's the Cork Dorks with our buddy